Hi there Leo, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your intuitive tarot reading for the week of June 8th to the 14th. Shuffling on camera today, Leo. Let me know in the comments if you prefer this. I think many of you do like to see me pull the cards. I can be a messy shuffler, guys. That's why I don't often do it on camera, but you know, it's also sometimes tricky for me to talk and shuffle at the same time. And I don't pull the cards, I love them to fall or flip like that, Kundalini. So it can take a little while. If you prefer not to watch the shuffle, Leo, please do use the timestamp, which I'll put in the video description below. Kundalini, some of you guys might be going through a spiritual awakening at the moment. Align your life. What is not aligned and needs to change? Look, some of you might be letting go of something this week that is not supporting you in your development, your evolutionary growth. Purging, releasing. Let's see what the cards say. I'm going to pull your Rider-Waites now, starting with the position of recent past. Energies leaving, completing and transitioning for Leo for the week of June 8th to the 14th. What did I say about me shuffling and talking? Let's just get the cards out, guys. Recent past, Leo. Recent past, Leo. Moving on from things that are not aligned in your life, I feel, Leo. And swiftly as well with that Eight of Wands, really fast. Might be a message coming in that's pivotal. This is definitely divine timing. There's an element of divinity here. Let's get your near future outcome card before we go to the clarifiers. Leo, near future outcome. Sometimes they come jumping out, Leo. Sometimes they take a little longer. You see the first ones came out fairly quickly. I just hang in there, I shuffle, and I wait for the clear message to come through. Leo, near future outcome. Foundation, stability, maybe you're reassessing the value in your life. Hopefully not a scarcity mindset. If not, we can let that go. The Magician is at the bottom of the deck, Leo. You have all the power potential within you to create whatever you want. There's no need to be in any scarcity mindset this week. Let's get your clarifiers, starting with the clarifier for the Six of Swords for Leo, June 8th to the 14th. Because you are having an awakening, Leo. Tapping into that Kundalini energy. You know, the Magician is the awakening to your power, to your potential, that you have all the resources within you to make magic happen into your life, to build abundance. Let's get your clarifier for the Eight of Wands. Shifts in consciousness this week, Leo. Too many. If they jump out in big groups, guys, that's just the energy of the cards. I'm going to take them. After one or two, that's when I know it's the clear message. Clarify the Eight of Wands, please. Leo, June 8th to the 14th. Two of Swords. Going to be at a crossroads, Leo. Maybe making a key decision to move forward. The Chariot. Moving away, moving towards better fits. Things that are more in alignment for you. Clarify the Four of Pentacles, please. Three of Crystals, which is the Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Crystals. Okay, maybe putting in some hard work to build new foundations so that you can actually loosen that grip. You know, I feel like you're actually kind of moving out of that scarcity mindset, Leo, by putting in some hard work and building a new foundation. Okay, that's just my little overview here. I'm just going to set these up. Okay, Leo, let's read the cards, starting with your oracle cards here. That first one, Kundalini. Some of you might be going through a spiritual awakening at the moment, or a shift in consciousness. Now that could be why things in your life are no longer seeming aligned. You know, things that may have been working for you in the past, your jobs, your relationships, your friendships. It's amazing that when we kind of go through a period of growth, sometimes things just don't fit anymore, and it is absolutely okay to leave things behind. In love, you know, we don't have to stay connected. We can lovingly move away from things that no longer fit us anymore. Some of you may even be having the biochemical Kundalini awakening. That's an extremely interesting topic, one that I do like to talk about. Yeah, interesting process, and I find that more and more people are experiencing that phenomena at the moment. So yeah, the potential is there. In fact, the potential is there for everyone to have all types of levels of awakening at the moment. So just saying that that could be something you're journeying right now. And it's all happening to help you align your life. So consider this week, what is not aligned and needs to change? Because we have a theory, a concept, just I can't help what comes out sometimes, guys. We have a theme of moving away to move towards something that's deeply aligned for you, something that's going to give you greater abundance in your life. So I'm actually going to pull another card for that Six of Swords to see what this is that you might be moving away from. What kind of theme in your life? Is it a relationship? Is it something that's not emotionally fulfilling for you? Is it in work? I mean, we've got a lot of pentacles towards the end, which can you know, link to our resources at work, how we make our money, but also our sense of stability. So let's give another card for that Six of Swords before we get started to read the cards. We don't want that many, but thank you, Spirit. One more for the Six of Swords, please. And you thought you were using the timestamp to get away from the shuffling, Leo? Well, giving you a bit more. Maybe it doesn't want to tell me. What is Leo moving away from? What is no longer in alignment for Leo, please? Can we have a clear indication? Alright, that's all we're going to get. Six of Pentacles. Okay. In your recent past, what your energy is leaving, completing or transitioning at the moment, Leo, we have the energy of judgment, which is awakening, the Six of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. So double number 6. This is telling me that you are moving away from something that wasn't balanced for you. Might have been making you feel unstable, unsteady, ungrounded, indecisive. It's that kind of energy. You know, that feeling of not being even, those karmic scales not being aligned, maybe being in a situation with somebody who was more of a taker and you were a giver. There's a sense of not even respect, not even give and take here in this situation, and you know, that's just not sustainable. 6 is the number of harmony and growth. You are going to leave the situation to move towards a greater sense of harmony, healing, joy and peace in your life, leaving behind the tumultuous emotions, the things that made you feel steady, ungrounded. So this could be in your relationships, guys. It could also be in the workplace. We see you working hard in the near future. There's a theme of that, working hard to restabilize in your life. Now, whatever the situation was, Leo, there was a feeling here that it was making you feel small, stuck, stagnant, constricted in some way. You know, awakening is a liberation from the things that have kept you playing small in your life, and you're ready to rise up now, no matter how vulnerable you need to feel, because you, Leo, really want to move towards a greater sense of alignment in your life. You know this change needs to happen, but you know, sometimes it's not until we get that universal nudge. Well, the awakening card's not really the nudge, guys. It's more like the this is the angel with the trumpet, right? So this is kind of like a loud and clear, it's time for you to move on. Something may have happened. You may have had a tower moment. There could have been a synchronicity as well. This is quite a spiritual card, but you've got the sense now that, you know, you absolutely need to move away in order to move forward to a greater sense of alignment, to find your person, to find your calling, whatever it is for you in these cards. Judgment can be the energy of second chances, forgiveness. Is there anything you can salvage from the situation? Do you really need to leave it, or do you just need to change it? That's what you need to ask yourself. But you are awakening to a deeper sense of your own power, Leo, potentially even spiritual awakening, as I mentioned before. Sometimes it's when we go through that consciousness shift that we realize what is not in alignment with us, and it's with a heavy heart, with a sense of disappointment, sometimes a little bit of sadness and sorrow, that we do need to get in that vessel and move on. Because we know we need to make that rite of passage to get to the other side, to get to our next thing, our next chapter. And if we can, Leo, we leave the swords, the reminders, the disappointments, the sadness, the harsh words that may have been said, we leave them on the shore and we try and carry forth with an empty vessel if we can, because you're moving towards a greater sense of balance, Leo. You are in this action, rebalancing the karmic scales. Maybe you've learned the karmic lessons that you've needed to learn, and that's why the angel has come in with that trumpet and said, hey, you know what? It's time for you to get in that boat and move forward. And, I really hope you hear the trumpet. If you don't hear the trumpet, that's when I'll come in with a tower moment. So we're moving on when we know it's the right time to move on. Okay, Leo, in your current position here, we have the Eight of Wands, the Chariot, and the Two of Swords. So, Leo, I do think you're going to find yourself at a crossroads with a key decision to make on how to move forward from this situation, right? The Two of Swords shows somebody who is weighing up two options, or is at the fork in the road, a foot of a new path that's starting to open up. Now, it's also a key decision around a heartfelt matter. The reminder with the Two of Swords is to not allow emotions to cloud decision making. We want to make our decisions from a place of fact and logic, in combination with intuition. That's why she's got the little moon tattoo there. There's the moon up here. They're all indicators of intuition. So you're weighing up those options, and it's when you decide, Leo, that my gosh, this is going to be like a runaway horse. There's going to be no stopping you. The Chariot and the Eight of Wands. This is fast forward movement. But with the Chariot, basically these cards here kind of give me the sense of the imagery in the Rider card. In the Rider card, the Charioteer has a stone chariot with no reins, and there's two sphinxes pulling it. Black one and a white one, representing the yin and the yang, the instabilities, the indecisions, the two-mindedness, the duality within us that we need to bring into balance, into an equilibrium. And it's when they come into equilibrium, that's when we move forward. That heavy stone can move forward at pace, and it happens with our will and intention alone. So this is what needs to happen. And then you're going to be moving forward very quickly, which is indicated by the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands can also be some kind of communication or message that comes through social media, electronic means, a message from the divine even that could have come through an awakening, a dream. It's quite a spiritual card, this one. It's kind of like the arrows of the divine trying to get your attention. It's swift action as well. And of course the Chariot is just moving forward swiftly. It can indicate leaving your sense of home, which could be physically traveling or relocating as moving on from the situation, or it could be a metaphorical leaving of home in terms of having to leave your comfort zone, having to explore new territory, feeling that sense of vulnerability that the Judgment card talks about. But either way, look, Leo, it's heading you in a new direction which I feel is destined for you, that's going to lead to that greater sense of stability and balance that you didn't have in the past situation that you're transitioning from. Okay, Leo, let's look at your near future outcome position. We've got the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. So again, just 3, 4, 8. This says swift progression to me. This is about rebuilding for absolute sure, and it's putting in the hard work, the time and the energy in order to grow and expand your stability, your abundance, your material resources. For some of you, with the Eight of Crystals, you may be starting a new job, a new course of study. You're investing in yourself and your skills in order to start something new, to really rebuild something, to lay a new foundation. The Three of Pentacles can talk about being the apprentice of life again. It is also, it links to teamwork, collaboration, working together with others, being the grand architect of your life. And what you're doing, Leo, is laying a new foundation for yourself, getting grounded, working on your stability. I do feel this links a lot to your financial stability as well, your sense of home. And there can be the reminder with the Four of Pentacles to not hold on too tightly, and to make sure that we don't hold on to the past. Like I said with the Six of Swords, it's about, you know, releasing what we don't need and just ensuring that we're not in any scarcity mindset at all. That's the key to attracting like more abundance, more crystals, more financial resources into our life. So there's a real sense here of rebuilding after moving on from something, potentially having to invest time and energy. You're really demanding a greater sense of quality. There's a link here also to increasing your sense of self-esteem as well, self-worth, self-value, and it's all going to pay off because we've got such an expansion here, Leo, of abundance for you with all those pentacles, all that pentacle energy. And, you know, where it's really leading, Leo, is to a greater sense of alignment in your life. And that's going to obviously lead to more fulfillment, because it's when we're actually, you know, working by our own hand, carving out our own path, carving out a new direction, our own sense of, you know, carving out our own life. That's when we align it, because we're not sort of going along with someone else's values. We're not living the life that someone else wanted to live. I feel like this is you going your own way now, releasing from a situation where it wasn't in balance, maybe because you were going someone else's own way, marching to the beat of somebody else's drum. You've had the awakening, you're moving forward at pace, and you're rebuilding in your own direction. Okay, Leo, that's what I have for you. I do hope you enjoyed the reading. Apologies that the shuffling was a little bit slow. I'll get better at it, I promise, but I can't really speed up the pace that the cards come out. It's what the timestamp's for. Reading for a collective, guys. If it doesn't resonate, don't make it fit. Just take what does resonate, leave the rest. Leave me a comment. Always love to know if it resonates for you, and helps me connect with your energies as well. And I've got the June love readings up, and I'm working on your next 6-month overviews as a top up to the 2020 yearly readings. And we're back here for another weekly reading next week.